Laboratories, makers of fine pharmaceutical products, presents Broken Arrow.
There were profiteers in Tucson who hated the peace Cochise made, because a peaceful Arizona meant that great military garrisons no longer were necessary. They chose one band of Apaches, the Aravaipas, and then set out to plunge Arizona into another tragic Indian war.
For family fun, there's nothing like gathering around the good old fireplace. And you want to feel up to the fun that's so good for you. But take a look at Mom. She just doesn't feel good enough to have any fun. Whenever that all-in, all-over feeling from a headache, upset stomach, or general achiness keeps you from having fun, take Alka-Seltzer, the medicine that's so refreshing. Action in the glass changes Alka-Seltzer tablets into a relief-giving liquid. This is the form your system can use most easily and naturally. Action in the glass supercharges Alka-Seltzer with lively bubbles. This soothing liquid speeds relief. Action in the glass makes Alka-Seltzer easy to absorb immediately. For refreshing relief, you'll like Alka-Seltzer. Feel up to the fun that's so good for you. When you need relief of headache, upset stomach, or general achiness, take Alka-Seltzer, the medicine that's so refreshing.
One horse for your crop. That's my price. Take it or leave it, makes no difference. Be right with you, Frank.
No hurry, we got all day to spend here.
Now, look here. If you don't like my offer, you go take your corn out of my storehouse before I start charging you rent.
You say one horse for all corn I grow in 6 moons.
Yeah,
You say not worth more.
that's right.
You, stupid man, Mr. Bentley.
What do you mean? You trying to insult me?
Wise trader, no corn worth more than one horse. I take. Show my people you not know what corn crop worth.
You see, you coddle them, and that's what you get.
Coddling Apaches makes no more sense than petting a rattlesnake.
Giving them a fair price for what they raise ain't hardly coddling them.
I've been buying your crop since you've been farming this territory, Frank Kroll. Yes, and taking a loss now and then.
I'll swear to that, Frank.
What's that got to do with it?
Simple arithmetic. I buy your crops and sell your stuff to the troops. Ain't that so?
And if they don't keep more soldiers in the territory, there won't be enough business for any of us.
Maybe Frank forgets when the Apaches used to come down this way on raiding parties.
My memory's as good as the next. First year out here, I plowed with a gun strapped to the handle.
And I burned my eyes many times staring at the sun for Apaches while Frank did the plowing. How much this tablecloth, Mr. Bentley?
Oh, I'll make you a nice bargain, ma'am.
You've got a good memory, Frank. You and Lucy both. What makes you so trusting?
Because I like the way things are going.
So do I. Thanks to Tom Jeffries, if you ask me.
Now I follow a furrow without looking up. Nothing to fear on the horizon.
And I can stay in the cabin doing woman's work. Mr. Bentley, I'll take a barrel of that corn flour.
Yes, ma'am. I'll write it up for you.
I suppose there ain't a man in 5 miles without call to hate Indians. But no one can say that they don't keep their promises. Cochise gave his word. That's good enough for me.
Wait a minute.
Now come on, Frank, and help me with my shopping. We got a lot to do here today without gossiping about Indians.
You better not be so sure. You better hope the troops will be staying on here. You might be wishing you weren't so trusting of Apaches someday.
Think we can afford a jar of them pickles, Lucy? I sure do like them.
They're real good, ma'am. 25 cents a jar. All right?
You haven't got much stomach for this, have you, Bentley?
I'm going along with you, Will, but I don't have to like it.
Didn't mind cheating the settlers and liking it a while back.
That was business.
So's this. We need that Army contract.
Looks like you've already had enough.
I feel like celebrating. I've been waiting a long time to mess up those Apaches.
Well, you said no one was to get hurt.
And I meant it. If the man gets knocked off his horse, pick him up. Put these on the hoofs. We gotta get in and get out fast. Remember that, all of you.
You're sure there's no other way, Will?
You said yourself the Arab Vipers were palavering for more horses.
Well, Tom?
Hooves were covered with buckskin.
Oh, they were Apaches, all right. I tell you, with these eyes I saw them. 15, maybe 20. We could have been murdered.
But you weren't. 3 horses stolen, you make it sound like a massacre.
I know the Apaches. Human life means nothing to them.
Rago's right, Lieutenant. Nothing will change him.
What do you think, Tom? Renegades?
I don't know what to think.
I do, Tom. We need more troops in the area, Lieutenant. I've got as much regard for Cochise as you do, Tom, but that don't mean the Apaches have.
Oh, the Apaches is the Apaches. They keep their word as long as it pleases them.
Not all of them gave their word. Some of them walked away from the peace.
Arab Vipers didn't walk away.
Wait a minute. These look like Arab Viper arrows?
I've seen it before, Lieutenant. It starts with one raid like this. Then they get bolder, next is killing.
I understand your concern, Mr. Carr, but a few renegades don't necessarily constitute a war party.
Bentley, you've been dealing with the Arab Vipers.
Yeah, they've been quiet enough since you've been Indian agent. Been bringing in their crops, taking their trade goods. Of course, it could be a cover-up.
I think maybe you better send in that recommendation for a stronger garrison, Lieutenant.
We've got Cochise's word. Without that, all the troops you could muster wouldn't keep peace.
I didn't want to say anything about it, but one of the Arab Viper Braves tried to steal a government horse the other day.
Why didn't you come to me?
Well, I didn't want to make trouble. Never figured it'd come out like this.
I better go have a talk with Cochise.
What about my horses, senor?
I'll see if I can find them for you.
One man trying to hold back the whole Apache nation. It don't make sense, Lieutenant.
Trouble, my brother. These have brought shame on the whole Apache nation, Cochise.
These are the arrows of the Arab Viper.
Escaminzin gave his word. His braves have broken it.
Escaminzin, like you, is my brother. He does not break his word. His braves obey him.
Those were found buried in the door of a poor man's wickiup. 3 horses were stolen. The braves must be punished.
Because my arrows fly, does that mean I held the bow?
Does my brother defend the raiders? Even now, there's talk of vengeance in Tucson.
Am I a woman who listens to the wind and is frightened?
These are no empty threats. They're those who talk of war.
When the drunken soldier murdered the Apache girl at Little Water. Did I talk of war?
He was caught and hanged after the custom of the White Eyes.
Then tell them this. It will be I, Cochise, who will decide on the guilt of Apaches.
The peace hangs on a slender thread. Make it soon, or I cannot answer for them.
I will think about it. That is my answer.
We fought each other in time of war. And we fought to gain peace. This could mean more killing.
If there are deaths at the village of Esquiminzan, there will be more deaths at the camps of the White Eyes. There can be no peace at the price of Apache lives. Bravo! We ride to the village of the Aravaipa. There are those who have not broken the arrow.
Is the Army going to protect us? No. Lieutenant Whitman commands the troops. And Tom Jeffords holds Whitman in the palm of his hand. There isn't a man here who hasn't lost a friend or relative in Apache raids. It was Borrega's place the other night. Who's going to be next?
Say the word, Will, and we'll go after him.
Wait. I remember Apache raids as well as the next man. And I'm sorry for what happened to Borrega here. But one thing I know, certain sure. There's good and bad among Americans, same as there is with Apaches. We done our share of killing. Yes. And we done our share of things we got tucked away in the dark corners of our minds. Bledsoe here wants to kill them, burn them out. Wasn't no one killed at Borrega's?
Looks to me as if Bledsoe isn't satisfied with an eye for an eye. He wants the whole Aravaipa tribe for a few horses. Borrega makes it sound like a mighty big raid. Fact is, according to the hoof prints, there wasn't more than 4 or 5 in that party.
I'm not going to argue with Tom Jeffords about Apaches. He knows them too well. But we do have a right for protection. And I say let's get up a petition for troops to police the territory.
If you turn green troopers loose in that territory, they'll be shooting at everything that casts a shadow. Sooner or later, they'd hit an Apache and we'd be right back where we started.
What do you say we do, Frank?
I say Tom Jeffords is right. I ain't signing my own death warrant. And that's just what your petition would turn out to be.
That's good enough for me.
Things ain't going right, Will. Jeffords nosing around, Kroll talking up.
You start getting fidgety and you no use yourself or anyone else.
We got a lot to lose.
Kroll's got more to lose, his hide. He's been talking real big about not being afraid. What if he was to be next on the list?
You mean raid him?
Only this time we don't shoot in the air.
That's murder. You said no one was to get hurt.
So I changed my mind. We try to make them see things our way, only they need something stronger. You better have something stronger, too. You're gonna need it.
Charlie, give me a whiskey.
Are you watching your weight?
Why shouldn't I? Lots of others are.
Well, when you cut down on food, you may also cut down on the vitamins you need.
What would that do?
You'd lose pep as well as pounds. For a vitamin shortage can make you feel pepless and tired, make you feel older than you should. But you can avoid a vitamin shortage
How?
by taking one-a-day brand multiple vitamins every day.
But won't they make me put on weight?
One-a-day vitamin tablets have only about 1 calorie, much less than a cup of black coffee. Take one-a-day brand multiple vitamins with the confidence that they won't add to your weight.
and they'll still give you vitamins you should take every day, including vitamin B12. The cost is low. Your best buy is this large, thrifty family-size package of 250 tablets. You'll find one-a-day brand vitamins in your drugstore. Get one-a-day brand multiple vitamin tablets.
Miss Kroll, that's the best coffee I ever tasted. I'm gonna have to make this a regular stop.
Well, thank you.
Look out, Lucy. He's got a ready word.
Well, it's good to hear nice things. You do precious little talking.
Well, you should have heard him this afternoon.
I can talk when I've got something to say.
You said all the right things today, Frank.
Those poor devils.
Hmm?
I mean the Apaches.
You've got a real feeling for them. How come?
Even when I was fighting them, I respected them for what they were trying to do. We were pushing them off their land, and they fought back.
You savvy a lot.
My understanding comes from experience. I've spent most of my life sharecropping, plowing another man's land. I know what it is to hunger for a place of your own.
We all do, Frank. I better be getting along or I won't be able to find my place. Al, thanks, Miss Kroll.
Good night, Tom.
Night. Frank?
We'll do it again soon.
Fine.
Good night, Tom.
All right, Frank. Thanks again.
Horses have been here.
They wore the iron shoes of the White Eyes.
The tracks leading away are Apache. We will follow.
Oh.
Can't take him to town. He's a dead giveaway.
Sure is. Come on.
Frank. Bentley.
What about Bentley?
Saw him when he fell. Dressed like Apache. They took him away.
You mean they weren't Apaches?
Sit him down there.
Well, you ain't gonna leave me here. I won't have a chance.
You won't have if we don't get some help. You can't ride any farther.
You said we were in this together. You gotta help me, Will.
I'm going to, Cal. You just sit down and take it easy.
Look, Will, I'm all right. All I need is a little help. It's the same as if you pulled the trigger. You're murdering me, Will. You...
Just so there won't be any doubt. If Whitman can't do his job, we'll do it for him. We took care of ourselves before the troops came. We can do it again.
I'm going out there and try and stop them.
No, Tom, they'll tear you to pieces.
All right, then. Maybe they'll listen to you.
What did I say? That Frank Kroll named a man before he died? Now we'll just have to wait for the patrol to bring Bentley in.
And when they get here, they'll be just in time to fight Cochise. Because that mob out there will have killed a whole tribe of Apaches. It'll mean war all over again.
Yeah, Bentley's gonna have a lot to answer for.
So are we, Lieutenant. Our job is to see the treaty is kept.
Afraid Carr was right. I should have insisted on a full garrison.
Carr had a lot to gain by that.
Well, there's not a man in this town you can't say the same thing for. More troops mean more trade.
Yes, but Carr's been doing all the talking. Has been all along. Suppose he's got Bentley hidden.
No, Tom, you're shooting in the dark. It could be anybody out there.
All right, so maybe it isn't Carr. But I'm not going to stand around and wonder anymore.
Now, listen, I don't like this any more than you do.
Then go along with me. Look, line up what few troopers you have. If we can hold them up long enough, maybe Bentley will show up with a patrol.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Tom, I'll go along with you. But there's one thing you're overlooking.
What's that?
Suppose Bentley's dead.
There he is. There's the military commander who should be doing something. But he doesn't make a move without Jeffords say so.
You're a liar, Carr. You're also inciting the riot. I could have you jailed.
You gonna jail the whole town, Lieutenant? I don't think so. If you want to throw somebody in jail, go find that Apache raiding party.
Providing you can get to him before we do.
There aren't any Apache raiders, Carr.
You hear that back there? Borrega was dreaming his horses were stolen. And Kroll, what about Kroll and his wife, Jeffords?
Listen to me, all of you. I was with Frank Kroll when he died. He told me himself they weren't Apaches. They were white men.
You'd say anything to save an Indian's hide. Borrega, you saw them. What were they? Well, tell them.
With these eyes, I saw them. They were Apaches.
First Borrega, then the Krolls, now Bentley.
What about Bentley?
I found him this morning, at least with the buzzers left of him. Any more killing that's done's gonna be done by us.
You'll hang for this, Carr.
You'll have to try me in Tucson. Where are you gonna get a jury? From the men who are going with me? Bentley was my friend, and somebody's gonna pay for his killing. Come on.
what Bentley has to say, Carr.
Never figured to set eyes on me again. Did you, Will? What's she been saying? That I was dead? Killed by the Apaches? We were the Apaches. Will, Ralph, Bledsoe, and me.
Who killed Kroll and his wife?
Carr done the shooting.
I think maybe you were right when you talked of killing the raiders. Get a rope!
Hold on. Any hangings to be done here is going to be done properly and according to law. I'll shoot the first man that interferes. All right, take him away.
Brig it. Let him do a doctor. I don't think they'll have any trouble getting a jury together.
They will hang them.
We'll try them first, before 12 of our people.
Justice of the White Eyes grinds slow.
It also grinds fine enough to sift the guilty from the innocent.
And now, a word from General Electric. General Electric has the refrigerator of tomorrow here today. It's the magnificent new General Electric wall refrigerator freezer. All your food is at the ideal height, where you can see it and reach it easily. You never have to bend or stoop to find the food you want, and you save steps because your counter space is right underneath the refrigerator. And it has its own completely separate 0-degree food freezer. Look at that capacity, 11 cubic feet. Your General Electric dealer will gladly show you how easily you can transform your present kitchen with little or no remodeling by the simple addition of the GE wall refrigerator. It will add beauty and freshness to your kitchen, really give it a new personality. And you can install the new GE wall refrigerator by simply hanging it on a wall like a picture, or as a completely separate freestanding room divider. See the magnificent new General Electric wall refrigerator freezer at your GE dealers. Broken Arrow has been brought to you by Miles Laboratories for better health.